I wanted to do a roundup of all the leaks that we have so far about The Sims 4 businesses and hobbies. I've done a couple videos about leaks to this point, but there's been three new big leaks over the past couple days. I wanted to cover all of those. So it looks like there's a fully playable version of Businesses and Hobbies, a previous version from August of 2024 that's leaked online. I don't recommend trying to download or find that. It's not that serious, but this is how the information is getting out about the pack is that people have been playing this leaked full version of it from a previous build of August in 2024. So we learned a little bit more about the different kind of businesses and things that you can have in businesses and hobbies. I know one of the biggest critiques people have had so far is that there are no hobbies. It seems like it's all businesses. Hopefully, these leaks will give us a little bit more information. So they had leaks about doggy daycares, the shady NPC character, and things like that. So just gonna scroll through the stuff really quick. So there are more preset small business types depending on what other types of DLC that you have. So these are some that you can open up immediately. You can have a cafe bookshop, an art center, a bar, a bubble tea cafe if you have high school years, a regular cafe if you have get together, a community garden from Eco Lifestyle, a gym, a karaoke bar, a library, a lounge, a maker space, a museum, a nightclub, an onsen, a park, a pool, a rec center, a relaxation center, a university commons, a pottery shop, and a tattoo shop. So I'm glad to see a lot of cross pack play with previous DLC. That's always a nice touch, excluding the ones that they've already told us about, like cat cafes and daycare. I mean, we just have so many that we can pick from. That's really cool. So it was already previously reported in another leak that daycares were coming, but now it's confirming that they'll be able to have daycares for cats, dogs, and horses. So you don't have to just choose like human Sims, like babies or elders, but you can do pets as well. The customization options go so deep that you can choose whether or not the caretaker stays or leaves once they arrive with the spawned dog, cat, or horse. So that's really interesting. I do like that this information was visually confirmed by @Lunar Brittany, who included a new game screenshot from the expansion pack. So there's extra features between employees and supervised customers that want to leave their kids at the daycare. So like if you want to leave your infant, does the caregiver stay at the business? That kind of thing is super helpful. There's also some changes to live mode and loading screens when you're visiting businesses. So you can either play as a small business owner or as a small business visitor. So if you want to visit, you can choose to visit as a customer or visit the household as a guest. So you have some different options of how you want to visit different lots, especially using the small business venue lot versus a residential lot with a small business on it. So there's also confirmation that there are no loading screens when moving between residential and small business areas. Hopefully we get a patch that includes that for rent. There are loading screens when you're moving between lots owned by the same person in a residential rental lot. So it'd be nice if they took away loading screens for rent if they go back and patch that in. We've also gotten a little bit more information about the world. So the new world coming with The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies is called Nordhaven. So we have confirmation there are a couple swimmable areas in the map, which is nice. Considering how much of it is surrounded by water, it would be nice to be swimmable. And then some updated pictures. They also have shown a lot more of the cross pack features. So, for example, werewolf stencils, if you have the werewolves game pack, can now be applied as tattoo stencils with the new Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. Also, if you have Get to Work installed, you can find all the retail items from Get to Work in the new small business build category. So you can pretty much reuse some of the same things. So usability of certain display shelves from Get to Work has also been confirmed. That means some shelves and displays will work when setting up your small business. So that just gives you a little bit more variety if you were looking for that sort of thing. I know I have Get to Work, and I was wondering if they were going to play on Get to Work at all. So it's nice to see that they have done that. We've gotten a little bit more information regarding the shady NPC character. So this is the official name is a legit and normal trashly real person, which is a new shady NPC character coming with the Businesses and Hobbies expansion pack. This is totally separate from Burglars that we got in the base game update on February 25th. So the character is going to come with some different gameplay options. So they may reach out to you about how to run your small business in a shady way. And so there's going to be different pop-ups for that. So that's going to be interesting. There's a couple changes to the woodworking table that came in base game. So now you can ask for a turn, um, which I'm assuming has something to do with festivals, probably. That when you're at a community lot or a festival, you want to take your turn with this. If somebody's hogging it, that's interesting. There's also going to be some small business dilemmas, which were previously mentioned in another leak, that there's going to be things, random business events like computer viruses, tax audits, fake payments that will just be triggered if you are running a small business, and you can always turn that on or off in the settings menu. Then they've also shown us with Anatus that there is people who are already somehow able to make custom tattoos and post them to the gallery. Anatus is just on top of everything these days. So the gallery, it was updated with the February 25th patch so that now tattoos can be uploaded and people can download it directly from the gallery. So it's very interesting to see it's already working. So that was one set of leaks that I thought was super interesting. And of course, this is coming from the Sims community.info. There was another set of leaks that I thought was kind of interesting. Again, this is from the build from August of 2024 that kind of goes into more details about the description of Nordhaven, if you care about that kind of thing. So it says that Nordhaven is a northern coastal city known for its thriving independent local businesses and enchanting beauty of its cold seasons. Take a walk through the historic views of Gamlevik with its cobbled streets, classic architecture, and picturesque canals, or hop on the train to Irvstad and explore how the locals are reinventing the industrial city center. Whether you seek to make your business flourish or you just want to practice your hobbies with a cozy community, you can always find an opportunity here. And then it shows you the icon in the world view, which is actually a very beautiful icon. Actually, we really need a revised world map that really tells you where you think every world would go in The Sims 4 and like how it kind of fits in. And then the last set of leaks that I wanted to talk about, which is more of a hobby, surprisingly, since there are like no hobbies coming in this new expansion pack, called Family Recipes. So it's a new system that is going to come with the new expansion pack. And so this is, again, another leak on the Sims community.info, but it was brought by Lunar Brittany, who has a whole thread about the latest leaks. So this one's called Family Recipes. So you're not able to create family recipes simply by clicking on the fridge icon, and you can see it a little bit bigger here. I know the picture's like super small. And then you can create a family recipe, prepare a recipe, teach a recipe, or just view the existing recipes. So those are your 4 options when you click on family recipes on any fridge. And then the creation of the recipes are quite intuitive. So you're able to use unique family foods with 3 different components: a base recipe, a secret ingredient, and a special touch. So all 3 of these can be mixed together to make unique family recipes that you can name and save in your game. So these can also be passed down generationally and taught to other Sims. So it's a great way to deliver the unique flavors throughout the world. So as you see in this picture here, you choose the base recipe first, which is probably one of the traditional recipes that already exist in the game so far. Then you can choose a secret ingredient, and then you can choose the special touch. So what we see is the base recipe is what's going to define your recipe the most. So you can choose any fresh ingredients you have in your inventory. And of course, you can choose different categories like meats, non-meats, dairy, and lactose-free. With the secret ingredients, you're able to experiment with fruits, vegetables, and flour. So there's a whole menu pretty much showing raw ingredients between the categories of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. So if your Sim's really into gardening or just really into produce, they can create that. And then there's some special touches which really make the food have a boost. So some of the examples we see in the image is there's a moodlet booster. So it increases the duration of happy and inspired moodlets. There's a fertility unleashed, which boosts fertility and increases the likelihood of twins or triplets for Sims young adults and older. There's an academic ace, which increases the speed that homework is done. There's a comfort food, which reduces the sad and uncomfortable moodlets. Dream chaser, which helps you earn double satisfaction points for completing wants and aspirations. Mystery fuel, which gives you a burst of energy and prevents older Sims from experiencing exhaustion. and the Heartbreaker Healer, which reduces the duration of heartbroken moodlet. So there's a ton of options here. I think the special touch is going to be the most important part. And the special touch is the gameplay effect for your family recipe. So it lets you control exactly how your Sims are going to feel after eating a specific family recipe. There's also some exclusive family recipe touches you can unlock through gameplay, such as the Fertility Unleashed special touch. So a pop-up that you can see here, Vivian has unlocked the Fertility Unleashed special touch for family recipes from becoming a parent to a newborn in the past. So you may have to equip these special touches after unlocking them on your own. You may not be able to access the full list from day one. So seeing this about family recipes has inspired me to think that there might be other aspects about hobbies that we weren't seeing in the trailer, because this is not a very easy menu to show off in a trailer. It's more technical. We have the live stream coming up on Friday, February 28th. So I think that's going to be a good way to see what are the hobbies in Businesses and Hobbies. But this leak, if it's true, taking it with a grain of salt since nothing's been confirmed yet by the Sims team, this is a great way to make cooking a more fulfilling hobby, not just cooking and getting to level 10 of the cooking and gourmet cooking skills, and being able to mentor people in the gourmet cooking and cooking skill, but also being able to make family recipes. And I am curious to see how the recipes are passed down. Is it something where you can put it in an heirloom box or leave it as an heirloom in a will? Like, how does that work? So I'm kind of curious. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But this will wrap up the Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies leak roundup.